What up everybody, I'm bringing you my Sliver Overlord EDH deck. I built it to be competitive. I know a lot of people like to play EDH for casual formats, but I like winning, so that's why it's competitive. It's really streamlined, it's tuned, I've pined over every card, and it works really well. So let's just jump right in. Sliver Overlord, as you know, I'm not going to go into it because if you don't know what it does, I don't know what you're doing at this video. So let's just jump in. So, I like to search Harmonic and Telekinetic Sliver because they are the back-breaking cards of the deck. You have a disenchant, and then you have a way to lock their lands and their creatures. This is definitely a deterrent. Harmonic and Telekinetic, definitely the cornerstones of why this deck is fucking awesome. Hibernation Sliver is the best general defense in the game right now. Sure, Shroud is good, but it doesn't do anything against Terminus or Hallowed Burial. Hibernation Sliver bounces the general back so it can't get tucked, it can't get sacrificed, it can't get wrathed. And also, if they do try to use a targeted removal on Sliver Overlord, then they just wasted a targeted removal because you just send them back to your hand. Always the first card I fetch. Amoeba Changeling. This is where we get cute with the deck because with Sliver Overlord's second ability, you take control of target Sliver. And this turns a creature into a Sliver. So you basically start stealing your opponent's shit and just have fun. Also, it's a Changeling, so you can search with him with your General. Gemhide Sliver, good early game, crappy late game, but the ramp helps early game. Heart Sliver, if you have Telekinetic out and you play 3 Slivers that turn, then all of your Slivers have the ability to tap target permanent, and it's useful to close shit out. Crystalline Sliver. It's like Hibernation Sliver, it's not as effective. It's a backup protection with Shroud. Definitely the second card I go to if I somehow end up losing Hibernation Sliver. Shifting Sliver. I try to win the games with Voltron damage, so I try to win the games with 21 points of general. And how I do that is I get through with Shifting Sliver because you rarely get a player who also plays Sliver, so they're not able to block my general. So if they're playing aggro or tokens, no matter how many creatures they have, as long as they're not Slivers, then I'm getting through and I'm winning. Fury Sliver. He makes it so my general only has to hit twice. I hit once for 7, and then once I play Fury Sliver, I hit another time for 14. So 7 plus 14, do the math, you're fucked. Sword of Feast and Famine. I try to reach a threshold of 5 Slivers. Once I have those 5 Slivers, I'm going to win the game because I'm just in too good of a board state. So I want to get to 5 Slivers as fast as I can. And how I do that is I use effects that double my mana. Sword of Feast and Famine is one of them. Nature's Will, another one of them. A nice plus to Nature's Will is that if I connect with one of my creatures, they have to tap all their lands out. And if they're controlled, then they can't counter anything I do in the second main. So suck it. Bear Umbra, also really good. Mirari's Wake doubles all lands. Mana Reflection doubles anything that taps for mana. Fucking awesome. Soul Ring, this is where we get to the backbone of the deck. We're trying to ramp so we can get those Slivers out as soon as possible. Soul Ring, Carpet of Flowers, super secret tech. You add 1 to your mana pool for each island an opponent controls, and it's of any color you want, and it's great. Azorius Signet, this is mostly Bant colored, so I run all the Bant colored signets. Felwar Stone, multiplayer game, at least taps for 3 different colors. Cold Steel Heart gets the color you're missing. Nature's Lore gets any forest, and I run a bunch of duels, including Murmuring Boss, so he's fucking great. Bloom Tender, once you have your general out, you can tap for rainbow with him. It's a lot better than Gilded Lotus, and it taps for 5 different colors instead of just 3. Darksteel Ingot, Coalition Relic. Also, I want to say about Darksteel Ingot, if you have Harmonic Sliver out and you manage to destroy all of your opponent's shit, then Darksteel Ingot will be handy because you're going to have to start targeting your own stuff, and then this is indestructible. Coalition Relic. Kodama's Reach and Cultivate are so good that I run 1 of each basic just to make these guys playable. Skyshot Claim. And I know that Harmonic Sliver and Telekinetic Sliver take care of most things on the board, but I still run a hefty amount of removal because I like to play control-ish. I like having answers to things, so I run a gang of removal. Condemn. Swords to Plowshares. Gilded Drake. If they are a general-centered deck, then you're about to fuck them in the ass because Gilded Drake makes it so you take their general, and then if they don't have a way to get it back, then they're done for. So this is a one card hoser right here. And also if they find a way to take your general, because you're also a general focused deck with Sliver Overlord, you can take him back with Gilded Drake. Prison Term. Bant Charm. Beast Within. I thought about running, what's his face? Vindicate. But then I figured the drawback for a 3/3 green beast creature token isn't that much considering you have 40 life. And also they can't really block with him because I have Shifting Sliver out. Maelstrom Pulse for all you token fuckers out there. Oblation and Chaos Warp. Really good removal spells. Minor caveats for both. More so Chaos Warp, but that might just be because I'm not lucky. Like, fucking, I'll hit their general only to reveal a combo piece that they need from the top of their deck. Like, that's the kind of unlucky I am. Anyways, Nicol Bolas, destroy target non-creature permanent or gain control of target creature. He takes care of everything, and my deck can produce that amount of mana to play him, so it's not an issue. And he's just a house by himself. And then I have a gang of tutors, Enlightened Tutor to get that early turn Soul Ring, or to get that doubling effect for Mirari's Wake or Mana Reflection. Vamp Tutor, Eladamri's Call. Again, this deck is very general focused. If you lose your general, you're fucked. So you need to get him back like as soon as you can. Demonic Tutor, Diabolic Tutor, Increasing Ambition. And then I have 3 counters. And as you can tell, since I'm a competitive guy, I'm not going to play like the funnest counter spells. Spell Crumple and Hinder will wreck your day if you're counting on any combo piece or your general. Glen Alondra makes it so I get to counter 2 of your things. So people very rarely are excited to see any of these cards, but I don't care. Eternal Witness, Snapcaster Mage, and Volrath Stronghold. This is my recursion package. If I lose Telekinetic or Harmonic Sliver, those are both key parts to the deck. So Volrath Stronghold gets him back. Snapcaster Mage, definitely necessary for flashing back shit that you need. Eternal Witness, even more so. And then I have 3 cards that are dedicated to taking extra turns. Time Stretch, Time Warp, and Temporal Mastery. At its worst, Temporal Mastery is a cycling effect, but at its best, it gets you that extra turn to get damage in with the general. Time Warp, Tried and True. Time Stretch. If you don't win with Time Stretch with this deck, you need to reevaluate your priorities because you fucked up somewhere. And Time Stretch is a game-ending card. Miri's Guile, Sensei's Divining Top, and Sylvan Library. I shuffle so often that I don't really need card advantage. I just look at the top 3 and then rearrange it how I want it to. And then I'll just shuffle it again with the Sliver Search and then get a new top 3. Alright, because this deck is so good at what it does, at winning, we need some deterrence. And Spirit of Resistance and Collective Restraint, I'm sure if you 5-color generals feel me out there, you'll know what these cards do. Spirit of Resistance, if you control 1 color of every permanent, you prevent all damage dealt to you. And Collective Restraint is, if you control, let's say, 4 basic land types, then your opponent has to pay 4 for each creature attacking you. Tithe. This is for mana fixing. Then we're getting to the utility of the deck now. Training Grounds, he makes your Overlord's abilities cost 1 instead of 3. A lot of people are running Hearthstone, and I don't understand why that is, because it's a 5-color deck, so you're allowed to play blue. And why pay 2 when you can pay 1? Lightning Greaves. Hallowed Burial, every deck needs the oh shit button, and that's what this button is for this deck. Primal Command, this is my only card that affects a graveyard. I used to run Bajuka Bog, but I decided it was too inefficient. But with this, you get to not only shuffle their shit back, but you also get to send one of their non-creature permanents back into their library also. And also, if their library isn't even an issue, then you send one of their non-creature tokens back, and you get to fetch for a creature. And there's always something you need out of this deck. Seedborn Muse. Telekinetic Sliver and Seedborn Muse is fucking nuts, because if you have 5 or so Slivers in Seedborn Muse, you get to tap 5 things each turn of an opponent's. Not the nicest thing to do, but you have fun. Okay, so now we get to the lands. We have the gold lands, I guess you could say, that produce everything. Grand Coliseum, Cavern of Souls. Obviously, Cavern of Souls is good, naming Slivers. Reflecting Pool and City of Brass, and Command Tower, of course. And then the deck is mainly Bant colored, so I only run the Bant colored Vivids. And then I have 1 of each of the Zendikar fetch lands. It turns out I only need 5, and which is convenient anyway because I can't afford what the other ones are at the moment. They're like 30 a piece, man. Like, fuck that, you know? And then you have the tri-lands right here. I don't run all of them because the other 2 that are missing run black-red, and I don't really need black-red. So I run 3 of the Alara tri-lands and then Murmuring Bosk, only because Forest is fetchable. Whoa. Anyways, yeah, Forest is fetchable, so it makes the fetch lands really good, and it also makes things like Nature's Lore really good. And then I have 7 dual lands. Again, I don't really need black-red, but I have 7 of the Shocklands: Watery Grave, Godless Shrine, Hallowed Fountain, Stomping Ground, Overgrown Tomb, Breeding Pool, and Temple Garden. So I'm missing 3 of the red lands, 3 of the red dual lands. And then I have 3 pain lands, and if I was too cheap to afford the good fetch lands, then you bet your ass I'm not going to get the revised dual lands. But this is an okay substitute, I guess. Bant colored again. Then I have Mystic Gate and Flooded Grove filter lands. A lot of my shit needs double blue, so these help out. Then I have 1 of each basic land. Like I said, it just makes Cultivate and Kodama's Reach like fucking awesome. And like I got the good artwork. I also have the unhinged artwork, but I don't know, I just like these ones. Ancient Tomb for getting that ramp up. You know what I said earlier. You want to get those slivers out as soon as possible. And 2 for 1 in Ancient Tomb is a great deal. So I hope you like that deck. Fuck yeah, slivers! Peace!